Good morning. I'm Ginger DeLuca, and I am co-chair of the Cemetery Committee along with Linda Adamson. I've been asked to speak about why in heaven's name I chose the cemetery and the work that we've been doing in it. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a background about myself. My husband and I moved to Annapolis 20 years ago after I retired from 30 years of teaching at Fairfax County Public Schools. I taught at the elementary level, which means that I taught all subjects and all grades. Although my true love was history, both world and American at the 5th and 6th grade levels. But names of dead white men and dates of battles weren't for me. History for me is the stories of the people who lived in various times in history. That meant that my students weren't taught history, they did history. And so during the study of ancient Egypt, we participated in the great mummification ceremony, where we mummified my daughter's old clothes. During the Middle Ages, we held a medieval market day in the medieval village that we had built. For American history, we moved west in wagon trains, and at the end of the year, we held the great Civil War water balloon fight. You had to keep their attention at the end. It got rough. When education moved to teaching to prepare for a test, I retired. If it wasn't fun for me, it wasn't fun for them. We moved to Annapolis because of the sailing community, the art community, and of course, the history. In a way, I was coming home to a place where I was born during the time that my father was attending the postgraduate school that used to be at the Naval Academy. I chose to come to St. Anne's because I knew that I would be surrounded by history every Sunday in this beautiful church. Little did I know that my love for history would lead me to a little-known cemetery just down the street that contained the personal stories of the Annapolitans who lived the history of our church as well as the city and made us what we are today. Along the way, I have developed friendships with a growing cadre of like-minded parishioners as we have worked to make this historical jewel a beautiful and relevant part of our church and the Annapolis community once again. Our little group was formed during COVID as we got to know one another while removing invasive vines from ancient trees and gravestones before moving on to planting and tending our native gardens. As we continue to work in our gardens, I feel that we are, in a small way, being God's hands as we tend His creation. As I walk through the historic document that is our cemetery, I realize that I am doing history once again. The names on the stones compel me to find out more about who these people were, how they lived, and their relationships with one another that are buried there in the cemetery. This has led me to appreciate the rich tapestry of people who helped create the Annapolis that we know today. How lucky I have been to be allowed to work toward bringing this history to life through the presentations and tours that I have given to various groups here in the city. Our team is also working on uncovering the hidden histories of the city through our 2 grants from the Trader Foundation for ground-penetrating radar research and through the work that Jay Thomas is doing with Find a Grave. St. Anne's Parish Church was tasked by King William to maintain the parish of Annapolis Cemetery when St. Anne's was commissioned in 1692. I am proud that we have continued to honor that commitment for over 335 years, and I'm so blessed that I've been allowed to have a small part in that history. If you would like to join us, we always need more people. I must say, our group is beginning to age out, so we would love to have you join us. It's great fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ginger. And what a joy it is to hear from so many of you now about the ways in which God is moving through you to share the gifts that you've been given with the broader community. Thanks again. And now, beloved, let us walk in love as Christ loved us and gave himself for us, an offering and sacrifice to God.